okay, let's say it moved everybody around here. So we got Beaner on Sun Wukong. Bakasura is probably going to go Baka mid. And then we're going to have Cupid. Okay, interesting pickup. Cupid and Ares laning together. And Hades should probably mid, though. I don't know. This is going to be interesting to see what happens. Okay, guys. So, got to end up set. I'm going to try and set my, my hotkeys here. So, let me see if this ends up working. So, bear with me just for a little bit here. This is going to take a little bit of time. And I want to double check these work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So then we're going to go to Cupid. You're going to be, whoops, you're going to be Z. Going to go to Claytrix here. You are X. C. V. Alright, let me make sure those work. So we got Z. Oh, none of those worked. Maybe it only works to numbers. That sucks. Watch it only work to numbers. Okay. So let me see. So that was 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. 7, 8, 9, 0. Yep, can only do it to numbers. That's really unfortunate. That'd be really, really nice if you could do the letters. But, okay, can't do the letters. We're going to move on. We're going to try and see how that goes here, guys. It's going to be much easier for me to jump to the blue team, as that's 1 through 5. You move the camera with this. So this is W, this is S, and then D and S strafe, and then W, or Q takes you down, E takes you up. So the movement there, actually, hold on, let's see what's going on here. We are going to have the teams collide here in the jungle. We saw Chris Brown come out, a lot of damage coming out from Ares, and it looks like, I almost said Best, that was getting very low. No, that was, gosh, can't remember her name. Bakasura, though, taken out here from Agni. A lot of damage still coming out here onto Wukong. Wukong going to be trying to get out of there, and they are going to trade 1-for-1 so far. Sobek, though, probably going to have a flip here very soon. Hades is going to decide to jump out, and that is going to be the end. I could not remember, what is her name? Artemis, man, cannot remember Artemis for the life of me. So, interesting. Bakasura going to be coming over to the mid as, let's see, who went down there for each team? Artemis went down, Agni got the kill, and oh man, a lot of damage coming out there. Lucky he didn't get the flip there. That probably would have been the kill. And getting harassed very low. Sobek is probably going to have to go back and make sure that he doesn't die. Wukong getting the kill, and Bakasura is actually the person who ended up going down there. And, oh, had to jump back there is Wukong. Bakasura now getting very low too, as Agni is level 2. He was not taken out, and got to be careful here, as I thought a dash stun was going to come out there for sure, but going to be able to pick up the, oh man, Odin ends up getting a kill, so he's over there on 5, and looks like he's going to be pretty low, but not have to worry about it, as he did get the kill there. X-Patter trying to harass them out here a little bit, and getting very low himself from that Bastet 2. Those Bastet 2s are just absolutely killer. We got Artemis over here on the side trying to get a slow, not going to be able to. And here comes that harassment from Hades. It's just disgusting. Not able to get the slow, though. Going to put a little bit of damage here in Artemis. Artemis getting very low. The trap comes out. He's going to get flipped even farther back. I'm sure a slow is going to be dropped any second. Tons of damage coming out, and probably going to be taken out and not able to eat the auto attack. Not sure what Wukong was thinking. Very unfortunate there, as Juice able to get out to a 3-1 lead, only up by about 1,000 gold, so still sitting okay. And let's see here, Bakasura actually getting harassed pretty low here, or just pushed back to the tower, not having to worry about it too much here, and is going to be able to trade pretty well here with Agni. That is Jerby on Agni in the mid, and looks like he will be setting up a dash. So let's see how he responds. Going to eat the creep, gets stunned, but isn't going to eat too much damage. Curse grounds, but ends up not really doing anything. And Hades getting very low. It looks like they were able to get that kill into Sobek. Sorry guys, not doing a great job of watching the screen right now. Going to be trying to give you the best camera work I can here. Hopefully we'll loon very soon. And good heal there, and is going to be able to probably back up and have to back, as he is taking a lot of damage. And so Scytheman there in the middle on Bakasura is just a little bit behind. Agni still now just hits 5, so will be interesting, as he does have the mana advantage. Agni getting very, very low and pushing that wave very, very strong. So Let's see here. We got Odin over here on the side with best stat. Cupid going to be putting out them auto attacks there. And not 5 yet is anybody here for Force Gaming, but it looks like that Juice Gaming is trying to push the offense and really get something going here. X-Patter needs to hit 5 because that's going to be some great counter initiation if anything does come to pass here. And all players still looking pretty fresh here. And best stat taking a little bit of pressure here from this Cupid, but nothing too serious right now. They're going to be playing a little bit of cat and mouse, a little bit of harass coming out. Claychix will most likely be able to eat that pretty well, not getting too much damage. And looks like we might have some action here in the middle as Bakasura looks like he might be setting something up. No, gonna eat, no, able to dodge that, but gonna eat that one there. And that creep wave is pretty much taken out. Is able to eat the creep, gonna heal back up. Not too much of a worry here. And really nice having that heal in mid lane. Not gonna have to worry about that harass from Agni very much. A little bit coming out there, and is using a blue potion there to get his mana back up. More harassment coming out. Very good job here, and looks like he's going to curse ground him. Going to be putting out a little bit of damage and wasting a bit of time there on his pure damage. And there comes an all good leap and is going to avoid it. The all comes out. A lot of damage is going to be coming out here, and I don't think he has his leap. One more auto attack will do it. Good kill there by Scytheman. So very, very good job. And on the other end, we had some action there. Hades getting taken very low, is going to be able to heal up there with the potion. And both players looking at full health here. And so not sure what Hades is doing, but they will be able to use the Wukong ult to set up alt heal. He's going to leap in there. Is going to miss the dash. Going to get the one freeze. And here comes a second ult any second. A lot of damage coming out. And one player down. Sobek going to be trying to stay alive. They're using the Heavenly Agility. Not able to get out. Hades gets another kill there. And so bringing the kill count 3 to 5. And they are only down by about 70 to 80 gold now this time. And let's see here. I'm going to have to try to jump over to Bastet. I'm trying to find out which number Bastet is. There she is. I thought she was about to get swarmed there from the enemy, but looks like it's going to end up being nothing. Odin's still over there. And let's see here. Kind of quiet right now. Trying to read the chat here. Let me know, guys, if this camera work is better, if you like this with the hotkeys and you like me jumping around, or if you preferred kind of the other stuff with me zooming around a bit. Let me know. We might have Bastet coming in here and going to try to get a little bit of damage. Odin leaps in. Is going to ult there, and I'm sure we're going to see a counter ult any second here from Ares. Getting very low. Is taken out. I'm not sure Ares might not have had his ult. Not sure why he didn't use it, just to hopefully get the stun or something. The cats, though, are going to take him out very quick, and that is the one thing about Ares that is really unfortunate. He just has such poor escape, is not able to do anything once initiated on, is pretty much just use his 2 and try to live. So Artemis here now trying to get farmed up. It looks like we're going to have Sobek here to support. We do have Wukong and Hades, who just 2-0'd them just a second ago, going to be maybe coming in here on the offense as their ult should be up any moment now. Again, 16,000 to 17,000 is the gold. Very, very close. It's about a 600 gold difference right now. And let's see here if we have any notable pickups here from any player. None that I see right now. We do have a Spear finished, and actually we have a Heartseeker finished on this Artemis. So Artemis has been gaining stacks. Sobek going to try flip, not able to get it. Very, very close, but no cigar there. And you actually can't see the server information there. That's really unfortunate. Let's see what Scytheman has going on over here. Is going to avoid the stun there from Agni. Going to eat a creep to back up and not finish off that yellow creep wave. Going to jump back here over to Artemis. No, I'm going to wait and see what ends up going on here. Is he is going to be able to avoid this, and you see the damage coming out. And I could have swore that the stun came out again. I guess it didn't. So is taken out. Jerby able to get the kill. Not exactly sure. I think Scytheman might have thought that it came out there too, because on my end it did look like it. And we have action here. Sobek and another ult there doubling up, and a ton of damage coming out onto that Artemis, and she's not going to be able to live there. And here comes the dash, not able to get the slow onto Sobek, so we're going to turn around, try to get the kill onto Wukong. And there comes the Heavenly Agility. However, he's slowed, and tons of damage coming out, and they end up 2-0ing them again. This Hades Wukong is just doing an amazing job there, and looks like they will be setting up here to most likely... See, that's what I'm saying, Sanctum. It looked like he did the noxious fumes twice. That's why I was so confused. I bet that is exactly what what's his name was thinking. And unfortunately, Arrow's going to be getting picked off here again. Such a difficult combo to deal with when you have no escape. They need to probably do a switch up or something. This is not going to work out. They can't keep this up. They're just going to keep feeding this Bastet, which is exactly what you don't want. Artemis back in this lane, trying to get a kill here with Agni. Hades taking a lot of damage, going to try to get out of there, able to avoid the damage but not the stun. Now able to dash out. Is he going to be able to get killed? Artemis going to be following up and able to hit the volley, and Harvest gets the kill there to get a few stacks. And now Monkey's going to be getting out here, and Odin, who is he chasing? Still chasing Cupid, and not able to avoid the damage there from Bastet and Odin. And looks like we have a gank coming in here from Bakasur, maybe onto this Sobek. Nope, he's just going to be walking by, not really worrying about it too much, as we have two players here on the side there for Juice Gaming. Juice Gaming still in the lead, 2200 to 1900, starting to get that lead that they so desperately want. And Agni now giving a little bit of harass, but Bakasur doing very well in the middle. Bakasur is being played very well here by Scytheman, but Agni now pushing it back. Scytheman's going to have to retreat and see what he's going to be able to set up, as we have Sobek over here picking up one of the jungle buffs, and Wukong going to be coming in. Maybe no, Artemis is going to be able to push him back. We aren't going to have to worry too much about engagement here. Wukong trying to get a slow, and to be honest, I would just kind of hold off, as you don't have your escape, and a stun would have been very dangerous there. We have Hades coming around the back. We are able to see them. I'm sure he's going to dash in and ult. No, good use of the spin to knock Hades away immediately. Not able to get the hold, as Artemis has no escape. And actually, as I say that, Artemis has a beat. So Artemis would have been able to beads out. Very smart pickup early on here. Going to have level 1 boots, Heartseeker, and beads, so that way she will be able to get out of that ult. Very, very dangerous. And so let's see if we have any other action going on. They're going to try to pick up this red, and this might end up bringing in the enemy players. It doesn't look like it is. Odin might be duking it out here very soon here with Cupid. Cupid again just trying to farm, but not able to really get anything happening here, as Ares and him have just not been able to sync up their ults, unfortunately. And looks like we will have a collision here now, and Artemis getting taken very low. Hades going to be coming in here, putting in a lot of damage, but not able to get anything to actually happen. Now flipped into the tower. This is very dangerous. You should just ult. Oh, it's going to eat the stun now, and good ult there from Wukong to kind of save him. Not able to do enough, but they're able to kill Artemis. He's going to leap out, and Sobek going to be chasing there with that heavenly agility, and going to use the beads a little early, able to get out of there. Unfortunately, Agni is there and able to clean it up. Let's see, Bakasur is going to be duking it out there and doing a ton of damage there to this Bastet. Bastet ends up ulting and is going to be coming in, and Bakasur doing a very good job of avoiding it. Going to get the slow, though. A 2 probably coming up very slow. Good curse ground to slow them, and not going to have to worry about getting killed there. Very good play here in this middle lane. And looks like we will be resetting, or not resetting, but slowing down. And let's go over some gold here real quick. 6,000 gold already here on Agni. The next closest player is going to be Wukong with 5,700. So Agni not completely taken over this game quite yet, but next is probably going to be Bastet. Let me check their Bastet at 5,500 for his team. Yes, it is. And next on what is that? On Focus Gaming is going to be Bakasur with 5,000. Holy cow, Bakasur's farm is not doing very well. 1,100 down here from the fellow mid player. So going to have to pick it up there. That is not where you don't want to be that far behind on a mid player. Agni going to be able to clean up this jungle. Again, the jungle play here from this Juice Gaming team has just been amazing. And oh, I thought they were going to engage there for sure. Agni has very low mana. That's when you want to go on him, as he's not going to be able to get out of there. And you know, they tried Baka mid earlier today, and I think it's just a new strat that they're trying to play with a bit. And so yeah, Baka can't push, but he has a ton of sustain there with his 2, so I think that's what he was just kind of trying to go for, but wasn't able to really make it happen. So a lot of pressure here coming in on this mid tower. Good flip there. Bakasur is going to be in a dangerous situation. A lot of chains, coming out. However, again, with so much mana cost, it really isn't worth it in my opinion. And let's see, we're going to have Artemis putting in a lot of damage, able to get that stun. We're going to see a root auto attacks coming out. Good dash to avoid that volley there, and is going to be able to get away. So very good play there by this Hades. And looks like we still have some action possibly in the middle. No, they are going to fall back. But we might have something going on here with this X-Patter, who has been farming very well. And Bakasur, Bastet looked like was going to be coming in here. Decides not to. X-Patter able to push her back. And going to be duking out here a little bit. And Bakasur getting a kill. And we also have Hades getting very low. Bakasur is going to heal up with that Eat skill. And going to be looking okay here. So Man, unfortunate for this Force Gaming, as they are still down by 4,000. Actually, it's just a little over 3,000. So 3,300 is what it looks like. Going to be coming in here to put a little bit of pressure here. Sobek's going to be able to clean up this creep wave and not let them get too far. And looks like we might have a gank coming in here on this red buff there. He is going to back, though, before anything comes. Going to be able to push this lane. And what's he doing? Looks like he's checking the buffs here. We might have some collision here very, very soon. And good ults here. We got Ares and Hades. Their ults are going to work very, very well together. However, it does look like we only have, only one beat here, which is unfortunate for Juiced Gaming. Going to be very difficult to deal with. Let's see if we end up seeing an ult. We don't see one yet. Good fear there. And there's the ults. They're going to get them both, and I'm sure we're going to get a response immediately from a Hades ult. Sobek able to avoid it, though, because of his ult, and is going to avoid the damage here as he sprints out. A lot of damage now coming out of this Agni. Agni getting very, very low, able to put a ton of damage in, not able to get the kill onto Hades. Wukong is going to survive, and Ares, now running for his life, is able to use his 2 to survive for a little bit, and Sobek takes a ton of damage, and instead of fighting that out, Hades just ends up kind of running off. And let's see here, we got some fighting going on over here. Scytheman taken out from 3 players. And very unfortunate there for the respective teams of the loss there. And now we got Wukong coming in here. Is he going to be able to get this kill there? Wukong does end up ulting to guarantee the kill. So ends up being a 2 for 3 trade overall, which isn't too bad. And they're probably going to be able to get this tower. So 2,800 gold here for Force Gaming, 29,000, 34,000 here for Juiced Gaming again. They are just doing very well, completely outpacing, not able to use the jungle to the best of their ability and really bring in the money here. Able to pick up that one jungle buff to help them hopefully get in the lead. And let's see, he's going to jump over here and get this red most likely. We got Agni coming out for his team, and we'll be pushing this lane back, I'm sure. And let's check out the items here. Let's see if we got any notable pickups. We do have a Void Stone on Agni maxed out. We have, wow, Sobek has a Sovereignty maxed out. That's very good for his team. And again, Artemis has that Heartseeker. Unfortunately has 5 deaths with only 2 kills, so most likely does not have a ton of stacks. So that's what we got for Juiced Gaming. On the other end here, gonna jump over to Bakasura, see what he ends up doing. Gonna be checking out that jungle there. Probably gonna eat that, yeah, to get rid of some of the vision. And jumps in there to kill that that ward there. So we do see the ward game already happening. A flip there from Sobek, and Agni going to be coming in, trying to put some pressure. Unfortunately, Sobek pushes him away from Agni. Artemis going to be coming in now, but it looks like Bakasura will be able to get out of there, and good kill there onto Cupid. Sorry, missed it again. An ult coming out here from Ares, and is not going to be able to pull anyone as everybody has those beads, and a lot of damage and ults being used here onto this Artemis, able to get the kill, which is a good player, as again she has that Heartseeker, which you do not want stacks to get maxed out on. Hades going to be hanging out here. It looks like we just had a word dropped here from Sobek, so Sobek going to come in here on his ult. Going to be very close here for this Wukong. Is he going to be able to time this